Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Sunny Makhija. I am a senior insight sales specialist with Crave Infotech, having 7+ years of industry experience. Before we getting started, I'm going to go through some housekeeping to ensure you can interact with myself and the speaker. Firstly, if you wish to ask any question to presenter, we have Q&A section and chat feature enabled. You can also click on a blue raise hand icon on top of the screen if you would like to ask any questions. We will also be launching a poll questions in today's webinar. We invite you to participate by selecting your responses when they appear on your screen. We will have Q&A session at the end of webinar to answer your questions. And now I would like to welcome Murli and Ashwin. We are glad you could be here today to share your insight on optimize and accelerate business process automation using SAP Intelligent RPA. Murli is Sales and Operation Director for Crave Operations in India. During his 20+ years of industry serving, he has handled and executed multiple automation projects for pharma, manufacturing, engineering, CPG, and IT industries. At present, he is working closely along with SAP and Crave RPA Wing for various RPA projects in India. And we also have Ashwin. He's a SAP BTP architect specialist in various aspects of software development lifecycle in SAP environment, expertising in implementation of SAP BTP, CPI, RPA, and Fiori. Now, without further ado, I would hand over to Murli to start the presentation. Over to you, Murli.
Yeah, thank you, Sunny, and welcome all of you over here for today's webinar. Good afternoon, those who are joining from India time zone, and good morning to all those who are joining from the other time zones. So yeah, today we will be discussing this intelligent robotic process automation IRPA, SAP IRPA, and how we can optimize and accelerate business process automation using SAP IRPA. So just before starting the discussion on the subject, I wanted to take all of you very quickly about the journey of Crave Infotech, who we are, what we do, and it will help for a better understanding about each other. So we are 13 years old organization, operational from 2007, and we have just shown here the major milestones of the organization on the screen, how we have progressed during these all 13 years. So right from our inception from 2008, we are closely associated with SAP. We have all three partnerships with SAP, sell, build, and serve. And along with that, we are also associated with some other global leaders like Zebra, who is again mobile computing devices manufacturer, Here Technology, which is geo enablement solution provider, again global leader, and other services organizations like Amazon. So in 2010, we expanded to global market. Then we started our journey in enterprise mobility, mobile solution, and digital transformation with enterprises in 2012. And during this all journey of the organizations, we today have more than 50 plus pre-packaged applications, and I will brief on that more in my next slide. So along with that, you will see over here we have won multiple awards like SAP S Award, SAP Pinnacle Award, SAP Business One. So these are all awards for the creative and innovative solutions for the organizations. When we work with the organizations, every organization, when they look for the digital transformation journey, there are two questions: whether the software to be built or to buy. And here you will see with help of McKinsey, we have tried to show how Crave helps organizations to take a right decision to buy this solution and to customize it further with an expert like Crave. Because when you try to build a solution, it ends up with a low ROI, it ends up with extremely high deployment time. It ends up with no standardization, and these are the typical challenges we have observed, and that is why more than 70% of the organizations or end user customers who try to build the software, they do not succeed. And that is why there is a need of the organization like Crave Infotech, which can help you in a process of digital transformation. So what we do, if you look at, we have 15 plus years of experience in niche SAP consulting across industries. We have 50 plus prepackaged solutions, as I mentioned. We have quality resources to deliver the solutions. We have worked with serve for almost 150 plus customers, and the associations, as I briefed earlier, with SAP, Zebra, here, Amazon, and Google. These are the associations we have. We are ISO 9001 certified. We are also having ISO 27001 certification and certain other industry certifications which are really required from serving the global customers. So we have worked won SAP ACE Award, SAP's Seed Award, SAP Pinnacle Award finalist, and so on. So in the process, today we focus on 4 business verticals: warehouse management, field supply chain automation, enterprise asset management, and intelligent enterprise services. So these are the business verticals, and we have multiple solutions over here for industries based on their requirements. Our unique approach is to take the organizations from reactive to predictive way, the ultimate vision for large enterprises, and it's focused on applying advanced analytics. So this is the way we work along with organizations during our consultative mode. We are working with life science industry, utilities industry, manufacturing, engineering, CPG, and if you look at on my screen, we have, to our credit, you will find some of the global and names who are leading in India today in pharma industry or utility or oil and gas and manufacturing. So we are working with India giants, India leaders, as well as global leaders in these areas. So we work in products as well as in services. When I say products, we have certain solutions like C warehouse, Crave warehouse management. We also have C maintenance. So it is a Crave maintenance solution in which we are covering the complete portfolio of enterprise asset management, and so on. So I will brief about the solution template again, but along with that, we are also providing services in SAP technical and functional consulting, SAP BTP enablement, Fiori enablement, different customized mobile application development for the organizations, and so on. So this slide will give you brief about our solution offerings at marketplace, and you will see we are almost virtually touching every functionality of the organization. This is the chain diagram which shows almost 40 plus solutions which are also available on SAP App Center. When I talk about SAP, because we work very closely with SAP, but at the same time, many of these solutions are also integrated with a non-SAP ERPs. It is not that only we are working with SAP, but some of the solutions can work with non-SAP ERPs as well. So if you look at left-hand side, enterprise asset management, we have complete portfolio over there: maintenance, calibration, field service manager, flexible scheduling, planning. In supply chain, we have warehouse, which is our major solution for the industry, in which we are covering complete end-to-end warehouse management activities. And in supply chain, along with warehouse, we are also covering direct store delivery, which is need of every organization today during pandemic. Then vendor connect, in which vendor side automation is covered. Truck loading, in which again truck loading activities completely digitalized. And similar to vendor side automation, we also have customer side automation in order to cash, in which sales order automation is there through C order. It's the application name of the Crave Infotech, and customer side automation wherein customer can place the order, they can see the catalog, add to cart, place the order, check the deliveries and do the payments. So it is the complete automation of both end, vendor as well as customer side. And along with, we also have certain useful platforms for approvals, then uh, uh, approvals when business on the go. For example, when key executives, they are traveling, the invoice notifications, work order, sales orders, leave time sheets. So different functionalities, whether it is the sales, finance, project management, key executives can do their activity using their mobile application. And along with all that, we also have uh, automation in HCM, human capital management, in which the right from IT declaration to employee performance automation can be done. So these are some of the offerings of Crave Infotech. I wanted to give you brief about that before starting of the solution. And here you will see the SAP service offerings. What we saw is our product offering, but along with that, as I mentioned earlier, we provide end-to-end implementation and support in S4HANA, ECC and S4HANA. We also work closely with SAP for SAP IRPA as well as SAP Cloud Services. SAP BTP is a new buzzword and complete focus of SAP business technology platforms, and we work very closely with certain organizations over here. So these are the services in SAP portfolio. So this is about Crave Infotech, and thank you very much for the opportunity to brief you on that. So I will come to today's agenda. We will be discussing how we can optimize our business processes using SAP IRPA. So today we will see why RPA. So what is the need of robotic process automation, and we also will showcase couple of use cases, very useful use cases, which we have worked for organizations along with SAP. So these use cases we will explain, and we will also demonstrate the SAP IRPA processes. And then this will be followed by question and answer. We will be running one question poll in between. So this is about today's agenda. And with this, I will hand over this to my colleague Ashwin, who will be briefing on RPA, SAP RPA processes. So Ashwin, over to you.
Thanks, Murli. Thanks for that. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ashwin Gadkar, and I'm leading the innovation department for Crave Infotech, in which like the SAP IRP is one of the offering that we are providing. I'll start with the SAP IRPA, what it is, a quick overview on SAP IRPA. So it's SAP IRPA is one of the services provided by SAP BTP stack, which is AIML and part of SAP Leonardo stack, which comes with SAP BTP services. It helps you to automate your manual processes and increase your efficiency and reduce the error prone, which is very common in the manual process which we are performing. In the current diagram, if you see, this is basically which we have taken from one of the SAP deck. This talks about different part of AIML processes. Like we have like machine learning, which is kind of, we are thinking on it. Listen and speak is basically conversational AI and chatbot. We also work on that. Then execution is basically done by the intelligent robotics process automation, which is SAP IRPA, and the heart of your business applications is intelligent applications. Coming back to the use cases which we wanted to demonstrate today. So there are 3 use cases we are all going to cover, and those are like covering different business segments. So the first use case we're going to talk about is the accrual automation. This accrual automation process is basically performed by every month by a finance operation team. which involves collecting accrual data from several users and validating it before we post into SAP. So this process is like a recurring process. It has to be done every month, like kind of a month end, and it takes around 4 to 5 days to do. So it's kind of a repetitive and time consuming job, and which is also highly prone to errors because we need to compile different accrual sheets which are coming from different department. Like the use case which we have done for a customer, it was basically coming from 60 different departments. So it's a huge it's a tedious job as well as a huge task for the finance department to collect that data and process it before we send it the accruals to the SAP. So in order to address this requirement, what we have done is we have created a couple of bots using SAP RPA technology, and in order to refine the business processes and rules, and we also added the validation before the data goes to the SAP. So with that, we are also generating the exception notifications. Like it will be like a notification on your screen, or also it will be notification on the email based. So where you'll come to know like what are the accruals which are posted successfully, which are having some error and which needs to be addressed. So the business benefits we are getting out of um, this use case is we are reducing the workload of the finance department, which will help them to faster processing and efficiency, and they can focus on more productive tasks than the manual activities. So if you see here, earlier it used to take 4 days to perform the complete accrual automation process. Now it can be done within less than 10 minutes. With that, I'll share my screen to quickly, I think, yeah, first let's go to the workflow, then I'll probably share my screen to show you the quick demo of that use case. This is a high level workflow that we have captured during our interaction with the customer. So the blue blocks basically represent the manual steps, and the orange boxes represent, or the processes represent uh, the automated process which we have done using SAP IRPA. So as I was speaking about, like we are first initially we are collecting the accrual files from different departments. It could be coming on email, or it could be in the file format. It could be on FTP. So we are collecting all this together and putting into a specific folder. And then the bot started its operation from there. It read all the details from the accrual sheets, and then consolidate that. Then it will go to the SAP, run the ME2 and ME3 and transaction, validate the data which is there in the accrual sheet and then which is there in the SAP as a master. And while it will doing that operation, it also compares the data with the ML84 and transaction, which is for the SCS unreleased SCS sheet. Once this all identification has been done, if there is any validation which is failed, we are notifying it. If not, then we are pushing that data to what you call it, a custom table. And then there we have a next transaction, which is next automation, which basically process this into final template and push it to the as what we called as journal entry. So this is an high level overview on the process. So quickly I'll share my screen to show the quick demo. Okay, when you see my screen.
Ashwin, you will be sharing your screen, right?
Yeah, I've shared my screen. Let me know when you are able to see it.
Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay. So I'll not enable the. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is the updatable. Sorry. Yes. So I'll not enable the audio. That will make it difficult to voice over. So I'll directly jump to the demo part. This is something which we already talked through the benefits we are getting. So this is from where the actual process starts. Here you'll see like we have this approval input sheet. Input sheet which has different parameters like PO detail, contract, WBSGL, vendor code, vendor name, and currency. So we are doing a comparison on all these parameters with the master data which is there in SAP. For example, if the PO in the accrual sheet which is not matching the PO into the which is there in SAP, then we are generating a validation alert. The data is not matching. So as when we so this is basically the custom table where the data will be pushed during the accrual processing. So now we are running the first part, which actually reads the Excel file and then start processing, reading the data. So as soon as it reads the data, it will show you an email notification on your email. Here you can go back and check what are the operation which were done successfully. If there anything failed, you'll also come to know about that. So here you can see that it says primary table is updated successfully, which means that operation was successful and all the required data is uploaded successfully. So this is basically the table where the custom table where we have pushed the data, and you see that the SES entries or the accrual entry which was there in Excel, which is it is pushed here. With that, we can see that there are two new line items added for SES, which are based on the logic we have written to identify the difference for the SES entry sheet. So we'll run this next bot. Is basically we're gonna run the GUI automation. Or the first automation was based on the BAPI. It's about BAPI automation. We are calling the SAP details or the validation through the BAPI. Now we are doing the GUI automation. So this is all process happening through RPA, no manual intervention. So at this step, it's generating the template for JV upload. Also, this is something we have written a program to do that. We'll quickly have a look at that template. So there is a standard template in which you need to have the data. So this is the standard template, which has all the consolidated details for the JV upload and as a template. So sorry, at last we're gonna run the next automation, which will take this template and upload into the JV upload program. Yeah. So that's all about the first use case for the accrual automation. With this, we're gonna move to the next use case, which is the invoice extraction and processing. I'll probably share my screen for that use case. Yeah, this is the invoice section and posting. So this is another example for the finance department. where we are receiving different like number of invoices from vendors or the different departments, which needs to be extracted and processed and to be part into the SAP. So this is where we have used OCR capabilities um, of SAP IRPA to read the PDF invoices if and extract the required details. So if you need to extract the details from like images or some other format, then we need to use third-party OCR. But for the PDFs, we can use the SAP IRPA OCR capability, which is sufficient to extract the details from the PDFs, which is in the standard format. So it is also like manual, like number of invoices are there, 100 of invoices coming every day, which takes like 2-3 hours in invoice to process and do the validation and send a confirmation to the vendor. So at the validation steps, what we are executing is we are checking the details which are mentioned in the invoices. For example, the vendor detail, GST, Aadhaar number, or some other details. If any one of them is not matching, then we are rejecting the invoice and sending update to the vendor that he has to correct his detail and send the revised invoices. If everything is correct, then we are parking that invoice into the SAP and closing that process. So the business benefits which we are getting out of is like it's a faster execution, and like within a couple of minutes we can perform the invoice extraction and posting without any manual intervention. So this is a high level workflow. As earlier, the blue boxes represent the manual steps, and orange, so the green here brown, which is representing the automated process. So the invoices are coming on the email. So you are reading that invoices, putting into a file folder structure, running the OCR OCR process to extract the details from the invoice, storing that data metadata into a variable, then passing it to the SAP using BAPI to validate the details which we have retrieved, like the Aadhaar or GST number for that vendor. With that, we are also running some business rules to check whether the payment details, or like, for example, the bank guarantee for the vendor is expired or is valid. So we are also running the business rule. And same, if there's anything which is the validate for which the validation is failed, then we are notifying the respective team members, like whether it's a business team or whether it's a vendor. If everything is correct, then we are parking that invoice using the BAPI call, and then there is a workflow trigger into SAP to post that invoice into for the further process. This is a high level of a flow representation what we are doing here. So you can see we have invoices, which is a PDF/image. Then we have RPA bot, which is running the whole extraction process, and then we are doing a BAPI call to post that into SAP, or we have a email to notify whether success or failure. For that, similar, I'll just quickly run a demo. I'll directly go to the execution. This is something which we already talked through. So this is the PDF invoice. You can see that this is kind of like standard invoices which we have, we usually get from the vendors. So there are some details, PO, GST, which were highlighted. We are trying to extract. So we'll run the first part to extract the details from PDF using the OCR. And the other details you can see we have highlighted here just for notification purpose or showcase purpose, that this is something we are able to extract. And then after the extraction, we'll run the second bot to post that or park that into SAP. It will be done through the BAPI call. So it should run in background. So there will be no GUI automation. It can be done through GUI automation as well, but doing through BAPI is faster and less prone to errors. So this is the value confirmation that in the feedback, like this is the invoice which has been extracted and validated. And this is where this was the detail of the invoice which was part into the SAP. This is about the second use case. There's one recent third use case I want to talk about is on the success factor integration with for one of our customer. We have done this. So in this use case, I don't have a specific slide for that since we have done this recently, but I still want you to talk through this since it's a very good use case to demonstrate. So there are around 6 cases we have covered into this specific application or the scenario. So what we are doing is we're identifying the resumes which are coming on to the your success factor. We are validating that whether the candidate who is applying, whether he's an ex-employee. If he's an ex-employee, then we are creating a candidate and then we are marking as a duplicate. If he's an ex-employee, but and if he's applying for same department and sub-department, then we are not allowing to do that. We are rejecting that candidate. If he is an ex-employee and applying for same department but different sub-department, then he can apply that. We are allowing him to apply with creating the marking him as a duplicate as a rehire. And then there are other cases like if he is a fresh candidate who was never into the system, then he can still apply that. So there are like 5-6 cases we have covered into this use case. So it's basically start from reading the resume. This is one sample resume which we are taking. So it will start from reading the resume, its details. So we are validating the candidate based on his name, email ID, and Aadhaar number. So Aadhaar number is the unique identifier to check whether that candidate was an ex-employee or not, because name could be something which is like already there in system, like there will be multiple candidates with the same name. So we have added Aadhaar number identifier. So here we are showing the current number of candidates. So now we have run the bot. So you have to enter the job requisition number for which you wanted to validate the candidates. Yeah, this is the place from where it will take the resume. You can pass one, or it could be like multiple as well. So these are the details which are extracted from the resume. So I'll probably show one case here because there are 6, so it will take 15-20 minutes to go through all. We'll just look at the first one, whether it's an ex-employee and he has no requisition. So he's an ex-employee. So we have put out some notification for the users. He's a duplicate candidate. It's false. Like the duplicate candidate, he's not a duplicate candidate. He's an ex-employee, but currently not as a candidate. And there was no requisition attached. So for example, so he is not he has not applied for the same department or sub-department. So he can apply and can be created as a candidate. So once this is done, you'll be receiving what we call as a confirmation or a kind of log and an email notification as well. We also gonna come to know like who was his previous manager. And you can see in mail as well, there is a alert as rehire since it was an ex-employee. She was an ex-employee. We have set the rehire stack. So we can now go to the success factor and then can probably, so I'll just skip through this because we are covering multiple scenarios. Now we'll go to success factor to see the candidates. So it will go under the new applications. And the Shio Thomas is the first one, where the tag should be as a rehire. So if you see, there will be a tag as a rehire. So this is the one of the use case we have done. There are other systems with also we have done the integration like Ariba or like other non-SAP systems as well. Like we have a non-SAP application for power plant, power generation power plant. So we have also automated that. We are in process. So we are also doing that one project. So it can be basically integrated with any system. It could be SAP, non-SAP. It could be a Windows-based application. It could be a web application, or you can also directly call APIs. So it allows you to integrate with any kind of system which is available there. So with that, I think I'll stop the demo part. I'll quickly go through a couple more slides. Just wanted to talk you through with that. So this is an over like high level solution architecture, you can say, for the SAP IRPA. So the SAP IRPA like builds on three main components. One is the cloud factory, which is the SAP BTP cloud part, which is where we do the orchestration and monitoring of the our processes. Desktop Studio is something where we develop it, and agent is the endpoint which connects your factory and run where the actual execution happens on the desktop. So desktop could be any desktop desktop agent could be on the any server or desktop system. And the integration system, you can see, like we can integrate with any SAP as well as non-SAP application. Another advantage or edge, I can say, SAP IRP provide you is the there are multiple, like probably a couple hundred use cases available on the store. They call it SAP IRPA store, which you can go and easily implement. So these are out of the box standard readily available use cases. You can go and download and start experience it within your system. It doesn't require any customization or new development. You can directly download. There are trial account also available for SAP IRPA. You can go ahead, download it, and start a quick implementation to see whether how it behaves with your system. So there are multiple use cases like creating purchase order, create invoice. There are success factor integration. So there are a couple of use cases available there by line of business as well. So you can see these are the number of cases which are already out of the box available into the SAP IRPA. It doesn't need any additional development or customization. So I think with this, I'll stop the sharing my screen and the presentation. Murli or Sunny,
Yes.
I'll hand it over to you again.
Yeah, so thank you, Ashwin. It was really very good insight on SAP IRPA, what is available as a standard, as well as what are the customized solutions we are providing using SAP IRPA, right? Yeah. So I think we would quickly move to question poll and then question and answer session. So Sunny, would you display the question poll on the screen?
Yeah, thank you, Murli. I'll be launching the poll questions, and I would requesting my attendees to please apply for this by selecting your response on the poll questions, and we can move forward with the Q&A session. And I will keep the poll questions open till we end the session, and meantime we can go for the Q&A sessions.
Yeah,
I think we
that's
have
fine.
one question from Tharamai Mani. Can we use other applications? I think Ashwin has already responded to that questions. Dharamai, do you have any more questions? Do you want me to, I just allow you to talk if you want, or you can speak if you want in the session or ask directly your questions. No, I think we don't have any more questions. Murli?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in fact, we request all participants to participate in this question poll. There are 3 questions. We would like to understand whether you see any manual, repetitive and high volume activity where RPA can play a significant role. So your response will be really appreciated over here. The second point we wanted to discuss, understand more about is, are you exploring or planning to digitalize any process using RPA solution? And we would definitely add value over there with our consultative approach, and that is why we would like to understand more here. And the third question is, would you like to have a detailed discussion with our team for RPA solutions? So if you show interest, we can definitely connect with you one-on-one later, and we can have a detailed discussion and say dedicated session for you. So your response is highly appreciated over here. I think with this, we have covered all the points of today's webinar. Sunny, we can close this webinar.
Yes, no problem.
Yep.
Yes, Murli. Thank you, Murli and Ashwin, for sharing your experience on today's session. And thank you for all the people for joining today's session. We'll call off the session now. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.